What you gonna do when you get out again? We're gonna have some fun. What do you consider fun? Fun, natural fun. Dear Missoula, we're thinking of you. We're gonna get through. We know it seems as though there is no end. Time isn't present in this dimension. How have you been? We think it's Sunday, it's always Sunday. We hope your days are spent enjoying the sun. We're hoping that you're with a special someone. We miss you. Get out again, we're gonna have some fun. What do you consider fun? Fun, natural fun. Dear Missoula, we're thinking of you. We're gonna get through. We know it seems as though there is no end. Time isn't present in this dimension. How have you been? We think it's Sunday, it's always Sunday. We hope your days are spent enjoying the sun. We're hoping that you're with a special someone. We miss you.
Okay, my name is Carolyn Patterson, and today I have with me Rosie. I'm the Executive Director of the Missoula Writing Collaborative, and Rosie is going to read for us. So Rosie, do you want to go ahead?
Okay. Hi, my name is Rosie. I'm in 4th grade, and I go to Rattlesnake Elementary School. This is my portrait poem. Rosie. Rosie has her own world in a jar. Rosie is her own pet. Rosie was the first president of the United States of America. Rosie did your foot massage way back in 1992. Rosie is me.
That's great. That's wonderful.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us here for our community-wide virtual First Friday. We're here at the Missoula Art Museum and we're going to take a look at our new work in the art park and talk with our senior curator, Brandon Reinches.
Hi, this is Brandon Reinches, Senior Curator at the Missoula Art Museum. Welcome to J. Labor Reborn Resurrects, our show in the art park for the summer of 2020. We're excited to finally have the exhibition installed, and the museum is open so you can come on down and see it. We're really pleased to have this opportunity to present the exhibition Reborn Resurrects by Jay Labor. The Art Park is one of the only venues that is capable of displaying his large-scale sculpture. Most of the works that Jay Labor created were intended as site-specific commissions, so it's unusual to gather together all of these large pieces here at the Art Park for this exhibition. For this installation, we had the generous support of Rocky Mountain Moving and Storage, who helped coordinate the effort to transport such large-scale pieces and bring them to MAM. Then we sited them throughout the art park and figured out the best placement for each of the pieces. MAM installed this exhibition with the generous support of Rocky Mountain Moving and Storage. MAM and Rocky Mountain Moving and Storage have had a special relationship for over 35 years, and they've been the company who's helped MAM move much of the artwork around Missoula. The piece you're looking at is Bison Skull by Jay Labor, and it's a really great example of his work, both the innovative way that he puts materials together, but also the creative and often humorous solutions that he uses to create his sculptures. The piece you're looking at is Bison, and it was created when Jay was at the height of his career. It's really one of the quirkiest and most humorous pieces that he created, with this tongue sticking out. And he really captured the woolly hide of the bison with this expressive cutting of the metalwork. This piece is Pony. It's the last piece that Jay completed before he passed away. You'll notice that it's a little bit more refined. There's some detail around the eyes, and the horse has eyelashes, as well as the way that the body's put together with overlapping plates. And then the beautiful gesture that Jay achieves by using the barbed wire to make the tail seem as if it's blowing in the wind. We're really proud of the opportunity to present this exhibition, Reborn Resurrects by Jay Labor. And it's unique in a couple ways. One is that he works on such a large scale that it's difficult to assemble all of the pieces together in one place. And really, the Art Park is one of the only venues that is perfect for him. Thank you so much. Have a good night. We hope you stop by the Art Park and see the exhibition. Good night.
Hi there, my name is Monica Thompson. I am a textile artist having a show here at the Artist Shop opening this Friday. Come on down and check it out.
in the deep of the season, when the hard rains come and the water looks for places, and it all runs down. A pretty girl with a dirty face is still a pretty girl. Share the fear and trust that peace will come, and let loose a pretty world.
Okay. Hello, my name is Carolyn Patterson, and I'm the director of the Missoula Writing Collaborative. And I have with me Magnolia, and she is going to read a poem for us. So take it away, Magnolia.
Okay, I'm Magnolia. I'm in 4th grade, and my poem is called Mother Earth. Mother Earth has long, leafy green hair and emerald green eyes. She smells of fresh dirt dug up from the garden. Her voice sounds like gentle waves hitting the shore of the ocean. Her face always has a warm, welcoming smile on it. She glows like the moon at night. Mother Earth is bigger than the biggest redwood tree and has her head up in the clouds. She's kind, gentle, and forgiving. It is she who creates the weather, the sunshine that makes the flowers grow. But when she cries, it starts to rain. In the snow, glorious snow. When she's happy and it is cold, that's what happens. But when she's mad, you can get caught in a snowstorm, or worse, a thunderstorm. Mother Earth has a pet cloud. Her cloud's name is Ridge, and sometimes she acts like a bridge when Mother Earth needs a way to cross the rainbow. And that's all I know about Mother Earth.
Wonderful. Wow. What inspired you?
I think really my parents were just getting me outdoors a lot and doing that. Yeah. And I also wanted to give a couple shout outs to my parents and maybe my brother too for kind of pushing me on my poetry. And my 2nd grade teacher, Mrs. Jarvis, who I will always remember, she had us read other poets' poetry, which is helpful. And my teacher now, my 4th grade teacher, Miss Wright, she is the one, she even does poetry at their classroom, and she is just really kind, and yeah, and I miss her so much right now. So,
Oh, and where do you go to school?
Rattlesnake Elementary.
Magnolia, thank you. That was absolutely fantastic.
Hello, I'm Jasmine, the Outreach Coordinator at the Clay Studio of Missoula. I wanted to welcome you all to June 2020 First Friday. We are so excited to present our long-term artist in residence, Andrew Rivera, and the fantastic work that he has been producing here. He's coming up next, so I'll let him take it away. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you back at the studio soon.
Hey everybody, my name is Andrew Rivera. I'm currently a 2nd-year resident here at the Clay Studio. I've been lucky enough to share my time with them over these past few years, and now I'm having an exit show on my way out. The opening is going to be from 6 to 9 p.m. on June 19th. We'll be taking precautions and practicing social distancing for everyone's safety. And I totally understand if you can't make it out, but if you can, that would be lovely. If not, I will be doing my best to try to get pictures online for everybody to see. So my show is going to be titled Shaking Hands with Death, and it just represents the body of work that I have developed in my time here, including this piece behind me here. It represents my Mexican-American culture. It's referential to Catholicism, to the way those two cultures kind of deal with death differently, as well as using plates instead of tiles to reference a deep connection with food in that culture, as well as pre-Columbian forms. So there's going to be a huge variety of these pieces here at the show. I would love to have you, and thank you so much for checking it out.
Hi, I'm Lisa Simon. This is the new Radius Gallery at 120 North Higgins in downtown Missoula. Radius has been open in Missoula for nearly 6 years, and we had our grand reopening on this beautiful modern building at the end of January this year. Let's go in and see some art. We're in the reception gallery now, and this is where you'll be greeted by our gallerist, Megan Assine, and you'll get the first look of the kind of art that we showcase at Radius Gallery. Radius represents about 30 artists from the region. We showcase all forms of art, paintings of all mediums, sculpture, assemblage, collage, and a field where Montana has international reputation, ceramics. We have 2 galleries that show this homegrown variety of art on this main gallery and one right up this staircase. You can take a virtual tour and see all of these works in more detail, and including you can virtually climb this staircase at radiusgallery.com. Beam me up! We're on the 2nd floor of Radius Gallery now, where you can see this fabulous skylight and look out these front windows as the light streams in. And it's here where we like to show the large, ambitious works of our artists. Isn't it beautiful? We're back downstairs, and the gallery behind the staircase is one that we dedicate to our rotating exhibits. We rotate exhibits every 7 weeks, and we have them scheduled in about a year in advance. Showing now is our 5th annual Ceramics Invitation. I mentioned earlier that Montana is a very special place for ceramics, and has been for almost 70 years, when Missoulian Rudy Audio and his schoolmate Peter Volkus became the first directors of Archie Gray Center for Ceramics in Helena, just 2 hours away. Since then, this region and our universities have attracted world-class artists and students of the clay arts. This is the work of 12 unique artists, and we've tried to curate a show that demonstrates the amazing breadth of this field. From functional pottery to innovative sculpture, emerging artists to one with established careers, and a variety of techniques that are cutting edge and traditional. There's so much to appreciate with the clay arts, and this show gives you a snapshot of the field. Okay, that's it. We're out of time. Thanks for watching, and I hope you get a chance to visit us. If you don't get to visit us personally, try the virtual tour at radiusgallery.com.
Kendall Janja.
Hi, I'm M. Scott Miller.
And I'm Richard Smith.
And we're at Murphy Job Fine Art.
We're down here for Virtual First Friday. We're taking a look at some work, and Richard, you've got some new pieces down here, and I just love the color and texture that you get on these pieces. Can you tell me a little bit about your process on that?
Well, this is a vase that I threw about a month ago and fired in a kiln with wood. The wood firing process takes numerous days and numerous cords of wood.
Wow.
And the green on this is the mineral that melted on the piece. It's Doug fir wood, and that's all ash.
Oh, it's just amazing. Yeah, so you got to get the kiln pretty hot then to melt the mineral, right?
Right. It's about 2,300 degrees.
Wow.
And we put wood in the kiln, and then we also push coals up on the piece during the process. This was down in the firebox of the kiln.
Really get that texture.
Mm-hmm.
I love the top of this piece too. That's kind of interesting and something that you don't really see too often.
Well, I threw it on a wheel, and then I started carving a little bit and pushing it around, and that's what came out of the process.
Great. It's just beautiful, Richard.
Thank you.
So a lot of your work then sort of has this same color and texture. So I'm assuming that you're kind of firing then the same way, similar ways.
Yeah, they were all fired about 60 hours, and the real rough textures from the coals being pushed onto the bottom of that piece.
It's just gorgeous.
Thank you.
Cool.
Scott, you have a new piece here too that's a gouache piece on paper, but you usually paint with acrylic oftentimes, and what is the difference there?
Well, I like to paint on paper too. I've always enjoyed the texture of paper and the way that water-based paint, is applied onto paper. These are airbrush pieces, and so they are gouache, and that's a water-based paint. The way that the airbrush work, it really sits, the way the paint sits on top of each other, and it isn't smashed like with brushwork. So you get sort of like this more vibrant kind of effect. And the airbrush has what's called overspray, and that kind of gives this kind of fogginess to it, which adds sort of a super realistic kind of effect to the work.
And do you start with an underpainting?
I do start with a very heavy coat of a dark paint, and in this case it was a black, and I work my colors on top of that, and the way that the paint actually sits on top is really evident, and you can kind of go back and forth with the airbrush in a seamless way.
So Scott, is this somewhere in Missoula? Where are we at here?
We are at Malfunction Junction, and we're on Russell Street, and we're headed north here. We've got the fairgrounds and Tremper shopping over here on the right. I love the way that the light shows, the artificial light shows up at night on this street. It's a real sort of electric and magical kind of scene.
Well, I've always thought these were photographs. Admired your work for many years, and this is news to me that it's a painting.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I do work from photographs, but they're paintings. And Kendall, you've got a new piece down here too, which I saw online the other day, and I just have fallen in love with. This great blue heron is so magnificent. This handsome guy just seems to be exploding off the page. I really love the composition that you've got going on here. It's very freeing. And I really love the background. The weird little spots are very interesting. Can you tell me a little bit about your process and how you get such a background?
Yes, I start with a wash at the far corner here, and I just work my way around, and I use kosher salt on it before it dries, and that gives me those nice random patterns because it's so hard to actually be random.
So you have to kind of work pretty quickly then in that background to get all that down before it dries, right?
Yeah, that's right, and kind of opposite from how you worked on your piece, I have to preserve all my lights.
Right.
So I do them first, and then everything else.
They are so
comes
crisp.
after. Yeah.
Well, I love the piece, Kendall.
Yeah, thank you, Scott.
Well, herons are one of my favorite birds in Montana, Kendall. Do you have a title for this new piece?
We call it Gliding Great Blue. Gliding Big Blue. It is brand new. So I always go through all kinds of worry when I'm naming something. But
he certainly is.
We saw lots of herons at the refuge when we all had to be shut down, and took lots of photographs and had a great time doing it.
Oh, it's just beautiful.
Yeah. What's the dimensions on this piece, Kendall?
It's 26 by 42, and it's on paper and 140-pound cold pressed watercolor paper.
Well, gorgeous. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, cool.
Well, thanks for coming to our virtual First Friday.
Thanks so much.
And we're actually going to be open on First Friday, and from 5 to 8, and having music at 7:30 on the balcony, and hope anybody that's out and about can come up and enjoy. So everyone, please stay safe.
Here we are. So, we are at the Dana Gallery, and we have some paintings here by a new artist, Scott Switzer, Fran's father. But we have made a big decision here. We have decided that possibly, since we haven't sold painting and quite a while, quite a few months, probably, I don't know. We decided to diversify. And I think you all can probably understand why. We have discovered this commodity here, which serves two purposes. It's modern art, and it's toilet paper. I gotta get a drink of this because this is keeping me alive. Whoa! Now, there's been some rumors going around town all the time that we have sold this art gallery. And those rumors may or may not be true. However, they are not true. It is true that we still own this gallery, and we're going to hang on to it and all these great people we got here as long as I live, which could be, you know, a week, or it could be more than that. Let's see.
This is artist Kevin Redstar out of Roberts, Montana, our very own. He is one of the leading 5 Native American painters in the country right now. Internationally recognized for his crow portraiture and his Native American teepees. He also won the Governor's Choice Award for Montana back in 2018, which is really amazing. He also is nationally known, and Sotheby's, based out of New York, had him come into a flat a couple years ago and actually paint the New York City skyline for them.
I'm going to show you this Robert Moore here. So Robert was my favorite artist for years and years and years. I just can't say enough about him. This is a bit of a departure for him. And he was also a winner of the Idaho Governor's Award for Visual Arts.
This is a great new piece by artist Garth Williams from Idaho. And thanks to Robert Moore. Robert is such a great guy, and besides celebrated artist, he is a magnificent mentor. And when Garth retired, he told me, he's like, I'm moving into Robert's studio. I've always wanted to paint. And it's extraordinary to see how well he's achieved that.
All right, so one of my favorites are David Wilson, local Missoula artist. He taught Spanish for quite a few years, but has always painted and has won numerous awards, humanitarian awards and whatnot. So anyway, love his work. That's all I have.
Yeah, I just want you to know how much everybody's been pitching in here. For example, we had one of our best staff members just pitched in and started doing a job that nobody else would do. Oh, I got caught again. Oh, I got caught again. I've gotten so attached to this. It makes me happy too, besides killing germs. Okay, but I could give you guys a demonstration while I do this. You just go round and around and around, and it's been kind of plugged up lately. For example, the other day I unplugged it and there was that shoe, and then, oh my God, what is this thing? My God. Oh, it's some kind of a thing you wear on your hat, isn't it? Huh? It's dripping though, and it's probably not very clean water. Now I'll have to use Lysol again. So you guys can, but anyway, thanks for showing me. In the first place, if you buy more than $50,000 worth of art, you get 1/2 of 1% off. I don't want to forget to mention that. But then we have our young art collectors. Anybody 35 or under can take any painting home. They have to pay nothing down, and they have over a year to pay for it, which is pretty darn good. Okay, this is painted by Scott Switzer, who is originally from Billings. Studied art with Robert Moore, actually, at the Pasadena Art Center, which at the time, at least, was the top teaching facility in the country. And then Scott and Robert have been friends forever. And Scott's lived almost everywhere. Now living in Sandpoint, Idaho.
Here we have young artist Caleb Meyer, a Missoula local here, and he is one of our youngest painters, professional painters here in the gallery. A couple years ago, he won the 21 under 31 artists feature in Southwest Art, which is pretty amazing. There's a lot of fabulous artists that they featured in there. Also, Caleb was he studied under Robert Moore down in Idaho for some time. So you can really see Robert's influence as far as the application of paint goes on here. But Caleb has really taken his own eye and just is running with it. We miss Missoula.
Check out our website.
Check out our website, and we may do a quick run here of our basement so you can see what we have in our basement, which is a treasure.
Next time you visit the Dana Gallery, come visit the Treasure Trove, our second level down here in the basement.
Hello, my name is Carolyn Patterson, and I'm the Executive Director of the Missoula Writing Collaborative. And I have with me today Liam, and he's going to read us a poem. So take it away, Liam.
Hi, my name is Liam. I am in 4th grade at Rattlesnake Elementary, and my poem is called A Beard Goes Through It. A big old beard sits lazily on his chin. The mouth stops it from touching his nose. His small mustache disobeys the mouth and sticks its tiny fingers up its nose. His nose is biggish smallish. It keeps 2 eyes from being 1 eye. His green eyes try to fight, but the nose stops them. 2 ears watch the fight from side to side, cheering and shouting, and oops, it's hard to hear because I was cheering and shouting too loud. And also, a shiny egg is where most of his hair should be.
Was that a portrait of somebody?
Yeah, it's my dad.
What did your dad think when you read it?
Mom didn't let me read it to him.
Thank you so much, Liam. That was wonderful.
Thanks.
I'm going to stop this now, but can you tell me a little bit more about writing it?
I just thought I wanted to make this poem kind of funny. And so I just looked for pictures of everyone in my family and tried to see which one looked the most ridiculous. So I picked the most ridiculous photo of my dad. And I love writing a lot, and I think I've written about 3 books now.
Oh, wow.
I haven't gotten a chance to publish them, but
we'll work on that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Liam, so much.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm here at Gallery 709 this month featuring the work of the Salt Mine, a group of local artists consisting of Bev Gluckert, Stephen Gluckert, Peter Kiefer, Catherine Mallory, Kathleen Hurley Paoli, and Karen Rice.
I want to thank Gallery 709 for having Salt Mine again this month, and that we're able to show together. This month I'm working on some drawings that relate to homonyms and homophones, which are words that sound exactly alike but are spelled differently.
All right, I've got 3 new prints here to put in the Salt Mine show for this year. And what I do is I take a photograph and mess with it in Photoshop. And here's an example of the photo itself, the original photo, and what I did to it. I just messed and messed and messed until I got it where I wanted to.
Hi, I'm Bev Glukert. I'm getting ready to show at our annual Salt Mine exhibition here at the Gallery 709. And a couple of the pieces I'm going to be showing are some of my newer black hole pieces.
Hi, I'm Kathy Herlihy-Paoli. I'm down at Gallery 709 to talk about the upcoming Salt Mine show and here to describe some paintings that will be in the show. These are ones that I've done since we've been under quarantine. This one is called Mind the Edge. It's a big wine glass with a bee on the edge. And these all were done under quarantine. The second one was the last day of Snowball was open. We didn't realize it was March 20th, and March 25th we went under lockdown. But going up on the chairlift, there was a big thumbprint in the clouds in the sky, and it just felt kind of strange and ominous, so I decided to paint it. This third one is a rock that's along a hike that John and I take often, and it just felt like there was a giant weight on the world, so I decided to paint it. Anyway, the Salt Mine Show opens June 5th, first Friday, and hopefully the weather's nice, we can be outside. Bring your own mask, and hope to see some of you guys there. Thank you very much.
And they sound alike and they have different meanings, and so I've been doing lots of drawings about that. I've been working with graphite and cattle markers and oil pastels and China markers, so I have some China markers here. So I'm working on one now, and I like the China markers because they allow this really fine lettering to be kind of treated a little more painterly.
A mixed media piece involving monotype, photo transfer, graphite, and then the smaller piece is called Double Black Hole. And I've had it's kind of an interest in working with the whole idea of black holes in the past year or so. It seems very appropriate for right now because we all kind of feel like we're sort of cloistered inside. It kind of feels like kind of being in a black hole.
I only got a couple of them, but I'm going to put them in the show. And then I've got a sort of vague figurative one that I'm going to stick in also. And, well, I guess I'll just get to signing them. Okay.
So I've been making a lot of monotypes, just putting ink on plexiglass and running them off on a press. All these black holes, and kind of doing collage stuff and putting them all together. And I'll look forward to seeing you guys. Thanks.
Really appreciate being able to show with this other group of artists, and come out if you can. Check us out online. These are some other drawings that I've been doing, and it's mixed media. It's kind of a different approach for me, but we're all staying busy and we're staying hunkered down. Come out and join us if you're able to, and support the gallery, support the artists.